This is my own design for a enclosure for my side-by-side. I've had this on here now since 2016 or 2017. So this is standard 10 gauge clear plastic, the vinyl plastic that they make marine tops and boat tops out of. This top has been absolutely indestructible. It is better, it functions better than anything you could buy. I basically can roll this up in the summer, pull it right up tight like this with Velcro. It's held in place right now and rolled up just with Velcro, and it attaches to the machine with Velcro. I'm going to give you some details on how I did this, but it has a number of features. The way it operates is just spectacular. So I have this set up just with Velcro. So I have a piece of Velcro at each end, one down here with a windshield, one here. If I'm going to roll it down, and I want it right down, the mirrors flip in. So now this rolls completely down. So you can see the machine is completely covered. You are absolutely dry inside. When I made this, I wanted, because the way the Polaris roof is, I added this aluminum bracket because the roof has an indent here, as you can see, and I wanted a little more room and shoulder coverage. I didn't want to try and follow this odd shape of the roof. So I just took a piece of aluminum straight bar, I riveted another vertical piece, and I put it in place. You could do this simply by bending a piece of aluminum or steel, and I have it at both ends. So at the end of the day, what it does is it provides this little bit of extra. As you can see, it fills in that indent here because I wanted to have the room and stay dry. So one of the things I did, once I cut this out and got the shape of it, I used Gorilla Tape. So you can see the Gorilla Tape, it's on all the edges. And I've added a few more pieces over the last couple of years because this thing has had the heck beat out of it, and it's still going. It has never had a significant tear or come apart. So you'll also see I have some Velcro there on the outside in several places. So when we're in the machine, I have the Velcro on the inside of the door in two places. So at speed when traveling, if I want this to stay shut, I just give it a push against the door and it holds itself on tight. So inside the machine, you can see that it gives me elbow room, shoulder room, because I've put that little lookout on the top to cover this part here. The straps, the entire thing is just attached with Velcro. You can see here, I have a piece of Velcro and I've just riveted the Velcro to the plastic. Same thing here. So I have three straps, one in the back, one in the middle, and undo these Velcro straps and the whole window comes off. Nothing's holding it on except those three Velcro straps. I also have my windshield. This is an EMP hard-coated windshield that I bought. I love it. Again, I've had this since I've had the machine. This windshield is still crystal clear, and it's pushed more trees and branches and things through the bush. It's incredibly strong and doesn't scratch. So the actual clamps that hold the windshield on, I have run through my side window as well. You can see right there. So those clamps are holding it on here. These pieces of Velcro are simply so when I roll it up, I can keep it in place. Now, one thing that I have noticed and that I really love about this is when it's rolled up and done up on the side, which I'll just roll it back up and I'll explain what I mean here. Okay, so now it's rolled up again. What is really nice about this is I can drive this in terrible weather, significant rain coming down, and I don't get wet at all inside. And if you look at it, you can see that because of that piece I have up top and the angle that this runs at, the windshield stops here, but nothing gets in. It gets deflected by that, the way the direction it is of the rolled up window. Again, I cannot begin to say the beating that this has taken. pushing through tag alders and small trees and branches that ride right up the side here and over, and driving in wet conditions when everything is soaking wet. It's beautiful. The other thing that is just so amazing about it is when I park, especially in the fall when we're hunting, etc., or even when it's just sitting for any length of time, I just push the mirrors in and I pull off the 2 Velcro strips, roll the windows down, and everything stays dry inside. When we're hunting, I leave essentially everything in the machine every night. I just roll the windows down. It's not wet, everything stays dry. If you want a inexpensive enclosure, and I mean when I say this, that it is tough as nails, the trees that have pushed through down the sides, etc., and not torn this, it's incredibly strong. And I think it's also just because of the way it's shaped when it's on there, but very functional. And in the worst case, if I was to tear it, but this has roughly 6,000 or 7,000 kilometers on it now, and still running the same pieces of material. So, I mean, it might cost me another 60 bucks. If I went to buy the material, you can also buy it by the roll on Amazon. So very inexpensive and functional. Well, it may not be the most, fancy looking, but I can tell you that it's very functional. The other thing I did with my windshield, when it's driving rain and you're at speed for hours on end on a long trip, I actually taped the bottom and the corners of the windshield because there is a slight gap there without the tape. And I didn't want the rain coming through, so it makes a world of difference. That's also been on there for a long time. Anyway, anyone is curious about this, give it a try because it's the most inexpensive full enclosure you'll ever buy.